treatment. Yeah.
Oh, who say does that?
What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Ay, what you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. What you know about rolling?
It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. And we know the players enjoyed the rest they get during All-Star Weekend. But Greg, you think it should be moved to later in the season?
I like how the current format splits up the season, but it seems more fair to hold an All-Star towards the end of the season so that voters get a more complete look at each player.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. The backcourt pair will be Doncic and Dinwiddie. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Reggie Bullock. And it's Finney Smith in at the power forward position. Paul for three, buries it from three-point range.
I think that's the best way for Paul to open up the passing lanes, expand them. Keep knocking down those deep ones, and the defense will have to pick its poison.
To the paint, here's Dinwiddie, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league. Doncic doing a nice job showing you some sneaky explosion and athleticism on that throwdown.
Paul for three, sinks the three-pointer. Paul's got 6.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. After being moved at the 2022 trade deadline, Spencer Dinwiddie went on a tear with Dallas.
Yeah, I think he elevated the Mavs immediately with his scoring punch. He's a guy who can give you buckets in bunches and make plays for others. And not to mention knocking down back-to-back game winners, one coming against his former team. Yeah, I would say he was an injection of uplift for the Mavs.
Dinwiddie kicks to Finney Smith. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
They have been rolling. That's their first miss of the game.
Another 3 for Phoenix.
Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Here's Doncic. Here's Powell.
I'll tell you what, Aiden is a very good defender. Moves his feet well and has the length to alter shots.
The shot by Paul, no good. The Mavericks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Here's Doncic. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Doncic has got his second basket of the night.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Totally unselfish play there from Aiden. Sends the ball to someone with a wide open look.
Ball's knocked loose and taken away by Paul. Fires for 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
They're great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Doncic against Paul. Here's Finney Smith. They get it back. And it's Paul with the ball for Phoenix. They're leading by 8. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Doncic outside. Dinwiddie wide open. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years. Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
All right, everybody, look who's coming. It's time to make some noise for your SUNS Breaker Dance Crew.
Both teams will make substitutions.
Breaker Dance Crew.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs, it's all about finding the right fit for the role players.
And that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you could see them look a lot like the Harden-era Rockets.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
And he's good on the 3-ball. Paul's got 26.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Washington passes to Biyombo. From deep 3-point range, another 3 for Phoenix.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense. And this kind of athleticism at the center position, pretty remarkable. I mean, McGee letting it all hang out there.
The shot by Paul, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. No good with the triple. Suns leading by 11. Beyond the arc. Good, another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
For Dallas, they've gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Brink kicks to Bertans. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And here are the Suns now. Doncic with the steal. Plenty of space. And he hits the jump shot. Doncic has got 9 points.
You know, Doncic, a great passer, terrific offensive player, but that time showed you he can make offense from his defense.
Mavericks trail by 12. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to McGee. Dallas moving the ball around. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
That's just a fantastic decision from Doncic, seeing a chance to go to work inside and taking it.
Paul with the 3. No good. Shot missing. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Suns lead by 10. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns Houston.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Suns?
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
Another big component of their game early on has been their execution on the fast break. They're getting a bunch of easy baskets, pushing it in transition.
On the floor for Dallas, they've got Reggie Bullock. Dwight Powell is out there with Hardaway. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Clark, when the Mavs traded for Rajon Rondo during the 14-15 season, Dwight Powell was included in that package, and he's still with them.
Yeah, you know, Rondo spent just a half season with the Mavs, and really at that point in time was in the second half of his career, while Powell has been there ever since and is a nice foundational piece. I mean, they love his work ethic, and he's a key part of their rotation, and I don't see that changing.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Washington. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Washington's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for Phoenix. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks, Kevin. It is hard to forget the crazy draft night for Bridges in 2018. Drafted 10th by his hometown Sixers, his mom was an employee with the team. But he was traded an hour later to Phoenix. He says, it was tough, but once I came here, I loved it. The group of guys we had, I knew I wanted to be here. And they are sure glad they got him, Kevin.
They are indeed, no doubt. DA, thank you. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Here's Hardaway, and it's Ayton with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Dinwiddie against Washington. And the pass to Ayton. Shoots over Powell, and Ayton the bucket on the assist by Johnson. Ayton's got his first basket of the night.
Just terrific at executing in the paint. Ayton has a nice array of shots to choose from.
Outside Hardaway. Lets the 3 fly. Knocks down the 3 ball.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And it's Washington missing. Mavericks trail by 13 to the inside. And Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway has got 5.
Excellent quickness that time by Hardaway allows him to do work inside.
Ayton a screen on Dinwiddie. Here's Washington. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Powell.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Dinwiddie with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Suns leading by 11. Ayton inside. He's guarded by Bullock, and it's Ayton missing. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far.
And talking about a franchise that has done a complete 180, look no further than the Phoenix Suns. Before 2021, they hadn't even been to the playoffs in 10 years.
Now, here's Washington. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession.
Mavericks ball.
Phoenix making some changes. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Saric. Damian Lee comes in for Bridges. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Washington. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Powell. Bertans comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Green, he's checked in for Reggie Bullock. And Doncic is subbed in for Dinwiddie. Doncic, no good. In just 4 seasons, Phoenix Greg went from last in the conference to the best record in the entire NBA. It's been an unbelievable story.
And there's a lot of talent on this team, not to mention a great coach in Monty Williams. The future is bright for this franchise. You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
The shot's good from McGee.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Shamet with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Craig with a screen on Doncic. Shamet the pass to Craig. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. And here's Doncic from the arc. And Lee pulls it down. Suns leading by 9. Here's Shamet. And again, it's the Suns missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Doncic outside. From outside the arc. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Doncic has got 14.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Now, here's Shamet. Not a lot of room. Here's Johnson. Phoenix, no good that time either.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Green kicks to Doncic. No good on the 3. Phoenix has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. 16 seconds left to play in the first half. And here is Shamet. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Out to Lee from downtown. The shot, no good. And so that brings the first half to a close. Suns ahead, leading by 6. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, hot start, cool finish. What happened out there?
Well, we came out with a lot of energy, but in the second quarter, it died down a little bit. You know, it's real. Everybody's very excited. You know, our team's excited, their team's excited, officials excited, you know what I mean? So we just got to calm down and play a little bit.
And I'm excited. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Hello, folks. Well, it's been a virtuoso performance by Chris Paul in the first half.
He's hitting all the buckets. When you got a guy this hot, just got to let him do his thing.
Yeah, no question. All right, time to see how the Western Conference is stacking up.
You know, for Phoenix, they're more competitive. Just feel like this team is stuck right now, unable to get to the next level, searching for the answers.
Thank you for being with us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been a clinic by Chris Paul.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. They've got 8. Torrey Craig is out there with Bridges, and it's Chris Paul, and it's Shamet in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time. And in the NBA, Clark, one singular talent can transform a team, as we know. So if you could play with either a superstar scorer or a defensive player of the year type, which would it be?
I think I've got to go with the defender, Kevin, simply because there are a lot more guys that do scoring at a high level than do defending at a high level. And if you have an elite defensive player of the year kind of guy, he can make a huge impact on your championship chances.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Here's Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
Shamet the pass to Ayton. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Another 3 for Phoenix.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Doncic against Paul. Here's the 3. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
Mavericks trail by 12. And Clark, don't you have to admire the way the Mavericks are always looking to compete?
Yeah, I like that, Kevin. It's a good point by you. It starts at the top of the organization. I mean, the team has really avoided any kind of lengthy rebuild. To their credit, they want to win, and this team is definitely capable of doing that.
And you look at all the things Doncic can do. One in particular, he can control the pace of the game.
And, Greg, I love that about him. His size, his strength, his savvy, his skill set. You really can't speed him up at the offensive end. Everything he does is at his pace and his tempo. He methodically breaks you down.
Launches a 3. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists tonight.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
And again for 3.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking them down from deep.
Greg, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for second in most threes in a game.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used this contribution.
Mavericks trail by 10. Up there for Powell. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Got to give it up for Powell now. I mean, he excels at rising off the ground to punch home these alley-oops.
Paul for 3. Connects again from distance.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the of the record books.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing. Fires from deep. Craig pulls it in. Craig's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Shamet the pass to Craig. This one for 3, and again for 3.
Unbelievable. Gets the record
with a beautiful three.
A new single-game record, GA, in a night that everyone will remember for the rest of their lives. Dallas calls timeout. So for the Suns, Sharch has checked in for Torrey Craig. And Washington subbed in for Landry Shamet. And Dallas with a change here, too. Josh Green's checked in for Doncic. Mavericks trail by 14. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Davis Bertans checks in for Dallas.
For the Mavericks, Davis Bertans.
All against Dinwiddie. He dishes it to Powell. Green kicks to Dinwiddie. Wants to get it to Powell and does. And the dunk by Powell.
And all Powell needs is good positioning inside, and when he does get it, he's throwing it down.
You got to beat every time.
Of course.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Violation.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for Reggie Bullock.
JaVale McGee. Tim Hardaway Jr.
Come on, fellas. Hey, get some water, guys. Good run, good run.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now.
I'm ready.
Dinwiddie's shot is off.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Good, he hits again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. In recent years, the NBA has opened several international academies. Commissioner Adam Silver says huge numbers of people are playing basketball, but unless you take the best at a young age, get them facing elite competition and training under high-pressure circumstances, they won't develop into NBA-caliber players. Kevin?
Well, opening doors, David, that's always a good thing. Expansion. Thank you.
And they've fallen completely out of sync here offensively. I'm not seeing nearly the same movement or flow that we saw in that first half.
Mavericks trail by 15. He lobs it up. Dinwiddie. Finds McGee. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
The assist,
Dinwiddie's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Hey, there's a reason why he shoots such a high percentage, guys. I mean, he picks smart shots, high-quality shots, in close shots that he takes.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And, guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
That one drops for him. Paul's got 55.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Dinwiddie dishes to Hardaway. Good on the three-point shot. Hardaway has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Boy, that quick trigger mindset, when Hardaway Jr. is firing away like this, you know he's feeling it.
Connects again.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Now, Dinwiddie. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. McGee sets the pick for Hardaway. His three-pointer's off the mark. Suns leading by 17. Paul looking over the floor. Passes it to Washington. Here's Landale. And he misses his first shot. A big-time effort for Chris Paul, providing a lot of energy for the Suns. An historic feat during the quarter, launching and making a phenomenal number of three-pointers like never seen before. Only in the NBA. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Dallas starting the 4th quarter here. We've got Doncic, also Green out there. Dwight Powell is out there with Reggie Bullock, and it's Finney Smith in at the 4-man position.
Chris, so good at being able to provide whatever his team needs, always ready to step up.
And it's Green missing. And here's Ayton. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Kicks it out to Paul. Fires the 3. Good. That's another bucket. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
From the baseline. No good on that one. And Phoenix will come the other way. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. The Mavericks have gone 0-3 to start the 4th quarter. And Lee pulls it down. Suns leading by 22. The shot's good from Paul.
An incredibly hard guy to guard. Paul has such confidence in his handles. That ball's on the string with him.
And the Mavericks call time here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns U10 team.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He's been their pulse tonight, the player who's guided them to the win, and it's a win they needed coming off a loss in their last one. Mavericks shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. And the wide open shot from Green. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Wainwright. Traps in the tray. Wainwright's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it can probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Vincent's checked in, and Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Josh Green. Sharch finds Ayton. The 3, and the Suns get it back. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. For 3, Okogie. A three-pointer is right on target.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Ntilikina can't hit.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Doncic kicks to Bullock. Lets it go with a 3. Doncic, no good.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
For 3, Okogie. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Wainwright passes to Okogie. Pass to Ayton. Here's Wainwright, guarded by Powell. Pass to Okogie. Puts up a 3. A new 14 for the Suns. And it's Ayton missing.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Dallas again missing.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving, get something better.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And for coaches' challenges, the refs review their own call. It's a little like grading your own test. Maybe, Greg, give that job to the review center.
You definitely risk a confirmation bias, and everyone wants to be right. It does seem like some calls stand that probably could be reversed.
Washington finds Sharch. Puts up a 3, and the 3 ball is good.
So many of the plays they're running are designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, you know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Dallas has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
Boy, such a soft release on this difficult shot. Doncic is a master at knowing how and when to use that shot.
Took him no time at all on that one.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Phoenix.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so all the hard work here. Tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be 26 on the year. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Chris Paul.
Boy, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
Here's Washington. Sharch with the screen for Washington. Rebounded by McGee.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Dinwiddie passes to Doncic. And yes, it's good.
You know, what makes Luka so special and lethal is that he has the ability and the knack for taking over games at the most opportune time.
On the wing, Bridges. Here's Saric. It's rebounded by Dallas. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Doncic dishes to McGee. And it's good for 2.
When you play with Luka now, Doncic, he's ready to find you if you're open, so you've got to be ready to receive.
Now, here's Washington. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. You know, it was just our defense. You know, obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.